Hey guys, so you're dating a vegan with Duncan, who is vegan, and Liz, who is pescatarian. This is one of my favorite vegan channels by far. I talked about them recently in the deodorant video. They just put out another blind taste test. I love these. I'm pretty sure I was introduced to them by one of them. I think it was an ice cream one. So yeah, they're blinded tasting these things, and usually there's a control, right? There's a non-vegan one. And Liz is usually the one who is tasting the stuff. But in this case, it's Duncan who is vegan, right? So obviously he's tasting something that's not vegan. In this case, it is mayonnaise. It's the Hellmann's Real Mayonnaise, which they are comparing to just mayo, the Hellmann's vegan version, the Veganase, the one with grapeseed oil, and Sir Kensington's Fabinase, which I have never heard of, but that's a great name. So again, Duncan tried these, including the Hellmann's Real Mayonnaise, right? They made a follow-up video because there was a backlash from some vegans, just kind of explaining what was going on, and Duncan said that he was very surprised by the backlash. I was not surprised at all. I was surprised that he was doing it. I thought that was interesting, but I knew some people were going to be a little bit upset. And I think it's because I think a fair number of vegans view veganism primarily, or at least partially, as kind of a purity thing, right? It's about keeping your body clean of animal products. One comment was about Duncan's now set his vegan clock back, so he's only been vegan for a few minutes or something like that. I think that says it all. And others were concerned from an ethical perspective too. It wasn't just about, the personal dietary choice. Some people thought that it was encouraging animal product consumption and supporting the animal agriculture industry because they, used a jar of mayonnaise actually. Now they did get that jar from a neighbor, but still, if they are taking the jar and then the neighbor is buying more mayonnaise, right? So I do get that, but I honestly don't think it matters. I think ultimately this is still probably a net good. Honestly, I think even if they did go out and purchase a jar of mayonnaise, I still think the video would have been a good idea. I think the video, and I think from what Duncan says in the follow-up, I think would agree that ultimately the video is promoting veganism and ultimately promoting animal welfare by showing people that non-vegan mayo is unnecessary.
It was our intent to make something that was fun and short and demonstrated that non-vegan mayo was redundant because it
didn't taste good.
Right. It doesn't taste as good as the other stuff. I don't see any reason for it to exist.
The truth is that for a lot of people, the resistance to veganism or just eating less animal products comes down to taste. I mean, most of the vegan products, they don't taste as good as their counterparts, right? Or maybe they do taste good, but they're still not a replacement, right? They're good but different from the real product. But there are some exceptions. I think mayo is one of them. So does Duncan. So do some other vegans. But I don't think that's very convincing, right? So I think it is more convincing to someone who isn't vegan to actually see a vegan oh, wow, blinded, taste these things and still choose the vegan version.
Being vegan is being free. And that freedom includes the flexibility to try non-vegan stuff every once in a while to compare it to the taste of vegan stuff so I can be honest about what I'm recommending to people and saying that vegan food is better, which I actually believe.
And that's why I often say in my taste tests that hey, I haven't tried this stuff in a long time, take my opinion with a grain of salt. Don't really trust what I say, because when I say something tastes like something else, well, I haven't tried egg or meat or dairy in years. The other thing I'll say is that, the reality is that the people who are upset with Duncan tasting the mayonnaise are vegan. They're already vegan. And I'm not saying your opinion doesn't matter, but it's only one opinion. And I think that when a vegan starts a channel or does any sort of outreach, we're trying to reach non-vegans, right? We're not really trying to reach other vegans, maybe from an entertainment value or just to show that, hey, I'm vegan too. Sure. But I think our main goal is to reach out to people who aren't vegan and to try to show them hey, this is a cool thing to do, or hey, animals matter. So what would be the point? A video like this, a blind taste test, tasting vegan mayonnaise against the control, against the real thing. What would be the point in doing that for people who are already vegan, right? That. Of course, it's mostly for people who aren't vegan. I think the point is to show non-vegans that hey, number one, vegan mayos exist, and number two, they're really good. You should try them. And I think more people are willing to watch something like this. Someone who's like relaxed and comfortable with themselves and is not so pure that they're unwilling to compromise just a tiny bit to essentially prove their claims to their audience. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Would love to know your thoughts. Of course, go check out their channel. And if you want to subscribe, that's cool. If you want to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/unnaturalvegan. Thank you again, and I will have a new video very soon. Also, the Schmidt's charcoal is still my favorite deodorant. Their bergamot lime, I don't think it's as good. We ran out of the charcoal, and the lime, it's okay. It's just not as great, honestly. The charcoal really does a better job of keeping the stink away.